A very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast on this 23rd day of December 2023. My name is Gloria Musimbi and you can interact with us on our social media platforms on Twitter at HopeTV_KE. The hashtag is HopeTV Newswatch. And the government has stepped up security across Embu County ahead of the Christmas and New Year festivities so as to ensure residents and visitors have hitch-free celebrations. Speaking while issuing the operation order from his office, Mr. Obuo said all police stations, post and administration offices will be fully operational and manned throughout to ensure any cases reported are dealt with promptly. In the absence of roadblocks, he said that they will mount strategic patrols in collaboration with NTSA to ensure motorists abide by the laid down rules.
Tuko na deployment ya officers katika vituo zote za administration na vituo za police. Tuko na duty stations, duty roster na tuko na command centers. Kwa kila tarafa, kwa kila police station, tuko na call centers, command center ambaye mwananchi akifika tu hapo kwa report office atapata timu ya officers. Kuna mtawala hapo, kuna mtu ya CID, kuna mtu ya NIS, multi-agency ya kurekod yale malalamishi ya watu, wananchi na kupata suluhisho ya haraka. Pia tumeongeza patrols katika highway, sana sana ile highway ya Nairobi, Meru. Tumehakikisha kwamba tumeshirikiana pia na waendezaji wa bodaboda kuhakikisha kwamba wamekuwa ambassadors wetu kuangalia yale inafanyika kwa mabarabara na pia watii sheria hao wenyewe katika kusafirisha watu wetu wale watakuwa wanatumia barabara.
Now, Kenyans are feeling the pinch of the high inflation as they mark one of the most costly Christmas and New Year festivities in the recent times. A combination of soaring global commodity prices and high local food prices from the raging El Niño floods have seemingly conspired to hand Kenyans one of the most expensive holidays on record. A cross-section of Kenyans say they are not prepared for Christmas, saying that they are not financially prepared to celebrate the holiday due to the difficult life situation they are facing. However, spending habits to some can cause financial crisis come January.
It's a merry season, but it might not be all rosy for everyone. This period is usually marked by celebrations and merrymaking, with many people traveling up country to be with their loved ones. With this being the norm for most people, it is a different story for others. Reason being the tough economic times currently being faced by Kenyans.
Due to cost of fuel, which we are using to pump water from the river to our shambas, and also cost of fertilizer, cost of transport has also gone up. So you find by the time you bring your products to the market, it is, your profit has shrunk to a point that actually it's a draw. Because if, for example, in the market there is some flooding of the products, it is likely to get a loss.
Sasa imetulemea sana. Tunaomba mkubwa wetu kama angetusikia atuteremshie mafuta ili maisha tuone kama itakuwa chini kidogo.
However, there are those still bent on traveling up country despite the hike in fares. They're criticizing the current regime for the tough times.
Tuko na usuni sana. Tulikuwa tunategemea hii isolation ndio itatusaidia wa mama soko. Na sasa tunaendelea tu kufunika. Sasa hii mkubwa wetu ndio tunaomba aweze kuteremsha mafuta ndio biashara inuke.
But without a budget, it's easy to overspend and lose track of your expenses.
Let's not be shy to make people understand the season we are in. It actually sets you free. And that takes it also to relationships. You know, a lot of men are struggling out here. They can't even balance their budget.
According to Amos Ngahu, a financial coach, people are struggling to meet their daily expenses, and these can lead to financial strain for them, particularly if they're going into debt to afford it.
Lakini tujiandaa kwamba hiyo muda yote kutoka mwezi wa Januari ama Februari pale tunaanza kusave pole hatua hatua, ikifika December basi Christmas napata kama niko sawa.
This December, take a small portion, pay some of their fees early. Purchase some of the uniforms extra size, because this is a time that you rush towards buying these things, because at the end of the day, your income may not increase automatically in the coming year. So you have to work with what you have. So I think the first thing is prioritizing and knowing the things that will have to be paid and starting to pay them now. And that way to reduce the burden come January. Because either way, if you're liquid during holidays, there will always be a plan. Have you ever noticed that a lot of people spend money when they are on leave? That's when most spending comes, because you're liquid and you have so many things to spend on. But now when you remove that disposable cash, you're able now to take care of some of these things as you prepare them. It's also a way of saving for January.
Overspending in December wouldn't be that much of an issue if January wasn't such an expensive month. But how do we balance January expenses?
So I tell people, even as you come to December, if you have been, even if you're planning for holidays, always do small payments towards that particular project, so that you're not liquid. Because the worst case scenario, especially for spenders, is to be liquid all the time, because you'll always find people telling you, help here, support here. But you see, if you tell them you don't have money, you'll be lying. But if you don't have money, you're not liquid, you've already invested, then that way it becomes an easier plan.
And with Kenyans yet to shake off the impact of the high cost of living, compounded with difficulties faced by households, a heavy festive season spending will throw another curveball at January, which is normally heavy for most Kenyans, at least those with no disposable income.
And especially now that things have become very expensive. And I believe if you have not made any adjustment, let's say from January to now, your income has been the same. Yeah. And we can see on average, a lot of things have gone up by over 30%. And you have not adjusted, you're still driving your car the same way, you're still spending the same amount of money, then we can say you're in denial. You must be able to adjust something, expenses, or start looking for a way to supplement your income.
Dolly Murigimbovi for Hope TV.
Thank you, Dole Murigi, for that special feature. And authorities in Nanyuki town, Laikipia County, have seized bang worth 70,000 shillings in Liki area. Confirming the incident, Laikipia East Sub-County Police Commander John Tara said that the bank plants were uprooted at one of the homestead in Liki following a tip from the members of the public. He, however, noted that no arrest was made and the suspect was on the run.
Leo asubuhi hii OCS Nanyuki alipata tip from the members of the public ya kwamba iko pangi ambayo imepandwa sehemu ya Liki, na aliweza kumobilize officers yake na akaenda kwa hiyo area plot ya mtu ambaye anaitwa Mongera. Alikuwa amepanda toka small portion close kwa sehemu yake ambayo alikuwa amechanganya na kawaida mboka na nyanya na kitunguu. Lakini hii ni plan ambayo ni aina ya pack ambayo ni 40 stems ambayo value yake hatujajua ni shilingi ngapi, lakini hii ni approximately, kama ikiwa imekuwa process mzuri na itengenezwe mzuri na iuzwe, it is approximately 70,000 ikiuzwa kwa hizo 40 stems peke yake. Mwenye plot nafikiri alisense trap ya police officers akatoroka, lakini plot mwenyewe tunajua mahali hapo.
Laikipia residents have been encouraged to register with affordable housing ahead of the ongoing construction completion mid-next year. The affordable housing, which is 35% complete, Laikipia East Deputy County Commissioner Patrick Muli said the residents interested in being allocated the units were required to enroll and contribute 10% of the total cost of the house.
Hii project imeleta manufaa kubwa sana hasa hapa kwetu Laikipia. Tukianzia mambo ya vijana wetu wameweza kupata ajira, na naona hata kuna wengine ambao wamekuwa subcontracted to walete materials, building materials, mchanga, kware, na at least wananchi wa hapa wanafurahia. Tunajua kwamba kunakuwa na expectation kubwa sana haswa kwa wana youth ambao wanafanya kwa hii mradi. Kwa wakati huu on average vijana ambao walikuwa wanafanya kwa hii mradi ni kama 100, lakini tukianza kulingana na contractor alipomaliza hii mambo ya foundation, ameniahidi ya kwamba come January atakuwa na engage about 500 per day, of which itakuwa mzuri, itakuwa imechukua vijana wetu wengi.
Na supply sand hapa inatoka na source kutoka Doldol, na sijakuwa na shida ya payment. Mambo imeenda smooth na nafurahia juu imebadilisha maisha ya watu wengi, na kazi iendelee hivyo. Naona watu wengi watakuzwa kutokana na hii mradi ya serikali.
Nimeshukuru sana serikali kwa kutupea hii mradi na kutupa hii kazi ya kufanya. For now tumeweza kulea familia zetu, tumeweza kuendeleza mbele. Na mimi kama Casio nafanya kazi 1-2 pale, maji, mawe, nini, kuserve food. So ni kujitolea kufanya ile kazi ndio nikue na upgrade nyingine ya hapo juu.
Tangu hii project ianze imetusaidia sana juu hapo kitambo ilikuwa ngumu, maisha ilikuwa ngumu. Saizi at least wiki ikiisha unajua tu utapata kitu yako, watoto hawatalala njaa.
As we take our first news break, stay tuned for more news updates.
My best part about being a Hope FM listener was Hope Through the Night. My radio was always on at night, just worshiping and getting the sermons at the top of every hour. And it really made me a stronger worshiper. It made me a stronger worshiper. My best part about being a Hope FM staff has to be treasure hunt with the boys and girls every Saturday morning, being Auntie Rhoda. Oh, I just loved teaching the children. There's a child who wrote in her composition, she was writing about her family, and she wrote one of her aunties, Auntie Rhoda. I was so happy because I'd never met her, but they knew me as their auntie, and just teaching them in the ways of the Lord. So I really thank God for every moment I spent at Hope FM, and even for now, being impacted as a listener.
Hey, what's up, my people? This is Richard Stephen Ohalo. In this festive season, I have one message for you. No human being can comprehend the love of God. Jesus is here to save our lives. Jesus is here to guide us. This festive season, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ukidishi, dishi responsibly.
Welcome back. And on environmental matters, the Kenya Forest Service has proposed a plantation forest harvesting plan that will see 5,000 hectares of mature exotic trees harvested and a similar hectareage replanted every year. A senior forest officer with the KFS headquarters, Gloria Musimbi, said in Embu today that the service plans to ensure that areas where trees are felled and replanted the following year so that the exotic forest plantations, will be felled and replanted in 30-year cycles that will assure the country of a steady supply of timber and fuel wood.
Ile mpangilio yetu ya kila mwaka tunataka tuwe tukitoa miti kwa msitu katika area ya 5,000 hectares. Ile utafiti tumefanya, tunajua hiyo management tutaiweza. Tukikata mwaka huu, mwaka ujao tumepanda. Itakuwa system kama ni ya 30-year cycle, hatutakuwa na mahali ambapo hatuna miti. Na tumejua hii itasaidia wananchi kwa sababu hatutaomba pesa ya kwenda kununua mbao kutoka nje. Hii itasaidia wananchi. Wakati tunapanda, wale wananchi wetu wanaishi karibu na msitu tunawatumia vikamilifu Kazi wanatusaidia ni upanzi wa miti, na hao wanapanda chakula hapo ya kusaidia manyumbani, na wanapata pesa kidogo hapo ya kusaidia kwa shule, na ile ya kuweka kwa mfuko. Mnajua serikali ya wakati huu tunasema wananchi wafanye nini? Wakuwe na pesa kwa mfuko kidogo. Umaskini tunajaribu kutoa kwa njia hiyo.
Making headlines on business news, Treasury and Economic Planning Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u has announced the introduction of access fee for government services on the eCitizen platform. In a Gazette notice dated December 14, 2023, CS Ndung'u stated that those seeking to access services on the platform will be required to pay a nominal administrative fee per transaction. The eCitizen platform shall charge a fee and transaction which is prorated as follows. Payments of below 199 will come with a cost of 5 shillings. Kenyans making payments of between 200 and 299 will be charged 10 shillings. Payments of between 300 and 499 will come with a charge rate of 15 shillings. For eCitizen payments ranging between 500 and 699, one will pay a charge rate of 20 shillings. Payments ranging between 700 and 999 shillings will come with a charge of 25 shillings. Any payment above 1,000 will cost 50 shillings, and for any US dollar, one will be charged $1. Otherwise waived by the CS. On sports finals, where Bendera FC emerged the winner after defeating Chewoyet 5-4 in penalties, Pokot South MP David Kosing awarded all the 5 teams which participated in the tournament, saying they will continue sponsoring them up to the national levels. Kosing, who spoke at the Message Super Cup finals that were conducted at the Makutano Stadium on Friday evening in Kapenguria, slammed a section of MPs who he claims are sabotaging him politically. Kosing at the same time promised to champion for social activities which will keep youths busy, saying the only way to end banditry and cattle rustling is through sports and not divisive politics, which can lead to an uproar and tension in the area. Thank you for watching Hope TV Newswatch and trusting us to deliver the latest news and updates. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, we hope this festive period brings joy, peace, and happiness into your lives. Before we sign off, I am Gloria Musimbi, and it has been my pleasure to be your anchor tonight.